Hello. This video is what I think about transalchemy. Um, Transalchemy. This is a cool subject. I did a video a couple months ago or something like that about transhumanism, and that is the idea that the human race is, getting up to. We're going to have a new human race because of our technology. We're going to have nanobots. Man, what's it called? I know the name of it when I'm not making a video. Nanotechnology. Gonna have nanotechnology. Little nanobots flying through our veins to clean out the plaque. Um, Wire our brains to be able to have internet connected to our bodies. Maybe you close your eyes and you'll have like a screen in your eyelids and all this kind of stuff. And then gene therapy to make us be able to genetically modify human beings to be bigger and more muscular than ever before, which you can't detect. So pretty soon all of the Olympic athletes are going to be like way stronger than all the best Olympic athletes now. And we all actually already are, like the women world records in all the sports are faster than the men's were like 60, 70 years ago. And so I guess it'll just continue in the future. I guess high school girls will be stronger than the strongest men of today. That'd be hot. But anyways, bigger and stronger. That'd be hot. Anyways, that's a quick rundown on transhumanism. Transalchemy, though. Now, I may be coining this word. Maybe it's not even transalchemy, because I wanted to do this video and I Googled it and I looked for it on YouTube, and all I found about transalchemy was like there's somebody who calls themselves transalchemy, so maybe transalchemy is like it's a integration of lots of different things or something, so maybe I'm giving my own example of it, but what I'm calling transalchemy is the future of human race, being a new human race, a big, better human race and all this, but not because of technology, because our bodies are already designed to naturally mutate into having these improved bodies. So instead of actually having to implant your brain with wires and stuff and becoming a cyborg, you hold on. Oh, I sneeze there, which turned into a yawn. You naturally morph into being psychic and everything. Maybe that's why we only use 10% of our brains. Maybe the rest of the 90% is to be able to become psychic. So we're never even going to have to implant anything. We're never even, maybe not even going to have to do gene therapy. Maybe we'll do gene therapy for a few years until we figure out some other way to just, with our minds, our more powerful minds, grow bigger muscles with our minds and live forever through the power of our minds. Various channelers say that you can live, the reason that you can live forever or hundreds of years, but not so much because of, not only because of the environment being less toxic and having better diet and all this kind of stuff, but also because the physical act of aging comes from you focusing on time going by, like you not enjoying your life and getting bored. Boredom makes you old. And I think it was Dan Winter who was talking about this, and he had photos of like 70-year-old ladies dancing, and they had bodies of 20-year-old girls. And actually, there's a 73-year-old woman who can do who I saw a video do 55 deep push-ups, and my record right now is 50. I could probably do 55 right now. I should try. So she's broken my record, and I'm a young guy, and she's 73 years old. And if you look at her body, She's looking like a 20-year-old. Totally ripped. It's insane. So if you like enjoy yourself and don't get bored, then the need to get old and die goes away. So then you don't do it. I guess aging and people getting old and die comes from boredom. And so you go, oh, I don't want to be here. This is no fun. So then the body goes, oh, okay. Well, let's speed up this aging process so you can die, so you can get out of this boredom quicker. So anyways, so transalchemy would be like when we all do that collectively. And some people might go, oh, but people who channel spirits, they get old anyway. Like Daryl Anka, you look at him now and he's older than before, but he still looks totally healthy. There's no wrinkles on him. But they still live in the world, and you're still affected by the world around you. But when everybody is enjoying everything to the fullest and not afraid of dying or getting old or worrying about anything, and it's in the air, then it's in the ether around us, then it'll all make it possible for all of us to stop aging and just to continue living. But that brings another question. Well, how would you control population if nobody dies? Well, I've talked about this in other videos. People just won't have babies just from making the choice of not having babies. People have babies so that they can feel commune with somebody. But if you already feel commune and family with everybody, then you don't need to have a baby to feel that. I know that lots of poor people have babies because that's all they have going for them, and it's free to have a baby, so they have a baby. So but and if you're not programmed to think that you're a failure if you don't have a baby, then people aren't going to have babies. So anyways, I got sidetracked on that. But so transalchemy, yeah, I know it's kind of like X-Men, everybody mutating and stuff, but maybe there's lots of videos, lots of movies and stuff coming out having to do with like mutations. You got the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, you've got even Star Wars with the Jedis, well, all these superhero stuff. But maybe it's true, like maybe that's just a subconscious manifestation of what we all know to be true. I know this is like really far out there, and people, like, somebody got really angry with me actually a couple days ago and went balls to balls with me, and trying to say that I was crazy for saying that like there was a advanced civilization that lived 50,000 years ago. And I go, well, just look at the big picture. And like a big point in this is that if you ever look at how stuff evolves, it always evolves into a new form altogether. Like you have a solid, and then the solid turns into liquid, which is totally different. Liquid turns into gas, totally different. And every time I've said this in another video, but we invent stuff when we get to a certain level. And then people all have kind of all these ideas about new inventions they're going to make and new leaps they're going to make based on the paradigm of what that technology limits were at the time. Like people saying, oh, we're going to have these huge steamships that are going to be a mile long, and look at drawing pictures of these huge steam turbines, that's what we're going to have. But then somebody comes up with oil, and then it makes it all smaller. If you look at movies depicting the future, and you have computers in the movies, they're all like as big as buildings, because they didn't know that computers were going to be smaller. So it's kind of like that. Like maybe right now we're picturing with transhumanism cyborg people in the future with all these powers, but in reality we're going to transcend that limitation altogether and move on to a completely new level, which is our bodies are naturally ingrained. They're just going to morph naturally into being psychic and being super strong and being living forever, and spontaneous regrowth of limbs even, and all this kind of crazy stuff. And if you talk to aliens, They say that. They say that they all telepathically communicate. They don't even talk anymore. That's what Bashar says about the Sistani. And that they live 350 years, and the Pleiadians live like 700 years, and they look just like us. So that's what I think about transalchemy.